Last week was a slow and an interesting week. And then I'm talking about starting from Monday. We have a slow market condition on Monday, and on Tuesday the same, where the US dollars is just ranging. You get, and you can remember vividly last week I told you guys that then this is where we have the DSY. Then I told you that guys that we can see some retracement, but we just see few retracement here. But this is where my target is before another parabolic move. But that didn't last long. The retracement is just for 2 days. That's Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the DSY resume its strength. And you know, I've said it before that if Trump mistakenly win the election, you'll see the US dollar strength like no other. So now we've started seeing the US dollar strength picking up from this level of support, that is from September down to November ending. Now the US dollar is still strong with few retracements. You see that the retracement is not that deep. Just few retracements. Like this is the most retracement it did, like let's say 5 to 10 days retracement. But the remaining, this one is 1 day and this one is 3 days retracement before we see price going to the upside. And then last week we saw the GBP weakness coming to play out last week. GBP and euro weakness. The eurozone too is very, very weak last week. So what are we now looking at this week in the DSY? That is, I'm talking about the US dollar and other pair. And don't forget that I told you that AUD dollar strength might comes out to play out last week, and then we'll see that playing out last week in some of the pairs. You get, so this week, you know, the reason why I put this is because if you check the weekly candle, you will see a fair value gap around this area in the DSY. If you actually, this is a daily candle, but if you check the weekly time frame, you see the fair value gap. So that's why I marked this area. And for me, moving to the new week, I don't think that the US dollar can break this very soon, like can break this 109.754 level. That is what I don't think. The probability of breaking this 109 is less than 15%. We might see, soon see that we might just see the US dollar, the DSY coming back to this level, and then we'll see the retracement back to the downside. And the retracement might be deep or might just be shallow, you get. So we might not see much of the retracement, but I still believe that we should see a deeper retracement that is more than this, and then this in the US dollar. And probably it might happen next week. You know, this is like how many days to December? From today you have like 7 days to December, so next week you should have like 5 days to December. So probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, probably we might see probably Monday we might see a US dollar strength, then Tuesday we might continue to see the US dollar weakness, which might come back to test this area or come back to test this level of support. That is I'm talking about the trend line, because if you check this area, you see that the DSY has break this particular resistant level, which is supposed to be a major point that price will just will reverse from, and then you have a break. So probably if you have a break there should be a retest after the break of that level to know maybe we have price going back to the upside or not. And then as you can see, the DSY has break most of the resistance around this particular area. Here too, we've seen this resistance taken out around this area, and price sitting comfortably above the price. So for me to bet on the US dollar weakness, I will have to see price coming back below 107. That's when I can say that, okay, I want to buy the likes of GU, I want to buy the likes of Euro USD and AUD USD. If price don't come below this broken resistance, then I don't think there should be any reason whatsoever to kind of short the dollar. That is to kind of buy GBP US dollar or AUD US dollar. But if you see price coming back here and then you see price coming back below 107, this is a very solid reason to short the US dollar. So that's what I'm looking at on US dollar going to the next week. And then for me, like I said, I don't see the dollar breaking 109 very soon. I don't see that coming. I don't think that is going to come in the next 2 or 3 weeks. You might see price coming back here, playing around this particular area, but I don't see it breaking this 109 very soon. So probably that might happen in February next year, but I don't see it coming this December. And I might be wrong though, but that is this probability of price breaking this area. I don't see it coming. So if you're just watching this for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ambafx, and this is where I bring you the latest insight in the world of forex market, the fundamental, technical, and sentimental analysis. So do well to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to drop your opinion in the comment section. So before we check the individual pairs we are looking at this week, let's check the economic activities of next week. See as the DSY is moving, see this parabolic move, see this retracement, then we have a breakout. So probably price can just slow down, then we have another breakout coming back to this particular area. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how price reacts to those level. We can still see that the 250 moving average is below the price, but price is somewhat far from there, so which means that you might see price coming back to retest that place, that moving average, before we see it going parabolic again. So next week on Monday is a quiet day. On Tuesday we have the consumer confidence in the United States. As you can see, this is the consumer confidence news in the United States. And Wednesday we have the AUD CPI, SND monetary policy. And take note of this AUD SND next week. I think they are going to steal the show next week, you get. So I think they are going to be strong next week, and that is my focus, on to bank on the AUD strength and then the SND strength. And I'm seeing it this week, because if you check AUD USD, just go and check AUD USD, check GBP USD, and check Euro USD. You see that Euro USD and the GBP USD sell massively, but if you check AUD USD, it's just ranging. You get somehow like the AUD strength is still there. So last week we have the AUD strength and then US dollar strength. So as this GBP USD break that particular support level to the downside, these are AUD USD has not break that support level that we are looking at last week, has not break it. So I think that from there we should see AUD USD going to the upside. So let's see how it goes. We still look check that in the individual currency. So the next one is the US dollar employment claim that comes out every Thursday. Okay, this one, it will come out on Wednesday next week. I don't know why, but it's usually come out every Thursday. So on Wednesday we have the US dollar unemployment claims, and then prelim GDP out of the US dollar. Also Wednesday too, we have core PCE price index in the US economy, and there is FOMC meeting on Wednesday also. So take note of this. This is a high impact news, and then any decision there will affect the market. And then on Friday we have Reserve Bank of Australia governor speech, we have Canadian dollar GDP month-over-month reports, and the China manufacturing PMI report. So in terms of the fundamental, I don't see much in the fundamental next week, apart from the AUD and the NZD and then the US dollar FOMC minutes, then the COPC price index. That one is very no, the consumer confidence and COPC price index. Yeah, they are very important too. So they are inflation measure news too. So those needs to control the inflation. So you just have to be very careful and alert when they want to drop all this. You don't want to be caught at the wrong side of this move. But I don't think more I don't know, I don't think there will be more volatilities like that next week, you get. But let's just take the opportunity we have in the market. And then markets right now, November, December, you don't want to be aiming for too long. You get, probably if you are doing 1:5 before, you can actually reduce it to 1:3. You get 1:2, you understand, so that your TP can hit earlier. It's not that price will just go when it want to hit your TP, or probably maybe 5 pips your TP, it will reverse, you know, that kind of thing will pain you. You get, but this is era where that you have to just be careful of your trade, like just reduce your risk to reward, you understand, so that you can eat profit most of the time. Like me personally, I've reduced my risk to reward, because what happened last week and last 2 weeks is something that make me just change and adapt to the market behavior. You know, that's how market behave now. There's no more volatility like that you be aiming like 1:10 or 1:5 and stuff like that. So let's go to the individual currency. Like gold is just gold came here and then found a support here, and since then we've seen this parabolic move. But there's something I want to look at in the monthly time frame. I believe that this monthly time frame might not close this way. I don't think it can close up, like it will close above this. I don't think monthly candle might close above this, or might even close above the open. That is what I don't see coming. But if that happens, then I will actually leave gold. I might not be trading gold. I feel like we'll have, at the beginning of next week, probably Monday, Tuesday, we'll have a bullish move back to this area, and then we'll have price rejecting to the downside. You get, that's what I feel. Like Monday, Tuesday, we might have a bullish move back to this area, or at worst back to this area, and then probably Wednesday we'll see a bearish move that will close below 2,764, and as you can see around here, this is the high right here, and this is the next resistance right there. So if you check the daily time frame, you see what I'm actually saying right there. And you know, in the weekly time frame, this is a supply level. You get, this is a supply level in the weekly time frame. So in the daily time frame, that's what I want to say. So probably price might reject this supply or break this supply, then form a rejection candle to close below this area. So for me, this is what I'm looking at, listening attentively. If price come here, I'll be waiting for price to reject this area. If price now close below, let's indicate it. If price close below 2,744, like if price close below this area, then I'll be selling back to this particular area, which is the level of support right here. If price break this and close above it, I won't be trading gold. That's the honest truth. I will leave it, you understand. But I just want to see price coming or break this area, then close below it, for me to take my sell setup back to this area. And if this level break, so we'll be looking to trade below that particular area. So the next pair I want to check is the GBP US dollar. See this breakout. There's a breakout around this particular area that looks funny, and you know, price has break this support level. So what else? This is the next level I'm looking at. So probably Monday there might be a retracement to retest this broken support level, or probably price might invalidate it and close below it. If I see any of this thing happen, I will set back to 1.23616. That's what I'm actually looking at on GPUSD, for price to retrace back to this area, retest this area, then give me a rejection for me to enter sell position back to 1.23616. And if this level break, I'll be looking for price to come back to 1.20005. These are the Trump effects. The US dollar strength is Trump effect. So on SND USD2, there is a break of that structure. But for me, on SND USD, I believe that we might have price coming back to this area, then we'll see price settling above 0.59136. I said that we might see the SND and US dollar strength, which might come to play out. That's what my mind is just telling me. Yeah. So I'm actually looking for if there is no retracement around this particular area, that we'll see price coming back to this area, then we should look for price to break above 0.59138 for a long position back to the top again. So what I'm actually looking at is, to be sincere, I'm looking for price to come back here, you get, or here, then give me a rejection candle to sell, you get, to sell back to this 0.55511. So that's what I'm looking at right there on the SND US dollar. So I'm looking for SND US dollar strength, but if price break above 0.59138, then I'll be looking for a buy setup. If price break above this area, then I'll be looking for price for a buy setup. But if price still stay below this level, then there is nothing I'm looking at than a sell setup back to this particular low in the SND US dollar. So I think that is that is self-explanatory. So the next pair I want to check is the next pair I want to check is SND USD. Like I said, that if you check most of the pairs, they are break of the US dollar pairs, they are break the support level, but this one is yet to break this level. Now listen, but that does not mean that it won't sell. That does not mean that it won't sell. But what I'm actually saying here is that we might see the AUD strength coming out to play out. If we have this level break to the upside, then I will buy AUD USD. But if price still stay below this level, then I will sell AUD USD back to this low of 0.63900. So let's zoom for that so that you can see it very well. So last week there's a couple of rejection around this resistance level. Yeah, there's a couple of rejection here, which means that on Monday we might see price coming back to this particular area of 0.639. So if I see any sign of price still coming back here, I'll do what I will buy. But we might have this support level hold. You get, this is a very strong support level, and we'll have price breaking above this area. So if price break above this, I'm buying AUD US dollar. That is what I want to do. But on Monday, if I see that price is struggling below this area, then I will sell back to 0.63900. So the next pair is Euro US dollar. So Euro US dollar, like I said, Euro is very, very weak last week, and then if you check the weekly time frame, you see that price has even breaking below this very strong support level, and price has stayed below it. So for me, if I want to take this trade, I would like to take it in probably 4 hours or 1 hour time frame. Let's check the 1 hour time frame. So on this 1 hour time frame, I'm gonna be waiting for price to come here. I will test this area, then I will look for sell back to 1.03120. So which means that, or there's another alternative, there's a trend line alternative here there's a trend line alternative here where we can actually place this trend line here and check maybe sorry, I think the network is disturbing. So I might use this trend line as a yardstick, which means that in my C price coming back to retest that trend line for a move to the downside. So which means that we might see, so you might see price coming back to test this trend line and then reject from there back to 1.03120. So that's what I'm actually looking at. But if you are looking for a bullish bias, you have to wait for this to break to the upside, and this is what I'm actually talking about. So you have to wait for this price at 1.0500 to break to the upside. That is where I'll be looking for the euro US dollar buy. So let's talk about the euro AUD. Last week I told you guys that we'll see a sell from here. This is where it is last week, where I said okay, we'll see a sell from here, and price went here and still reject at this area, and we see this massive sell on euro AUD to the downside, which also break this support level back to this the next support level. What am I looking at personally on euro AUD? I think we should see the upward movement, because where it is at a very strong support level, and then there is a price break at this area, but price close above it. So I think this new week we should see price coming back to 1.61494. but before you do this, you must wait for confirmation for price to actually confirm that at this particular area we might see some probably a 4-hour candle close above this area, then probably another one before you can say okay, you want to go for a buy. So there is no really much thing going on here, but if I didn't see any bullish bias, I don't think I will enter a sell position at this particular area next week, and if I don't see any buy bias, I will just ignore it. So going back to AUD Canadian dollar, so I entered this one, I dropped this one in the Telegram channel, and if you want to join our Telegram channel, the link is in the description box. So I dropped a sell around this area, and this is my TP. So price has just been ranging. So I don't know, probably on Monday we should hit TP next week, probably Monday, Tuesday. Price should hit today, because it used like 2-3 days to range around this particular area. So I think we should see price still coming back to this take profit level, and then price can still do more to the downside. It can happen, you understand? So that is what can actually happen in the market and that environment. So Canadian dollar JPY2, I actually enter a buy setup here. I enter from here, my stop loss is here, so I almost hit stop loss last week. That is on Friday, before the price now move and they will see close above this particular area. For me, I think that we should see the parabolic move that will break this resistance level to the upside. This is where my TP is, and price is back to entry. So let's see how it move next week. So that's just the basic what I want to. So the whole direction is to the upside, so probably we might see the Canadian dollar JPY breaking this particular level. Euro JPY, what am I looking on euro on euro JPY? So on euro is still weak for me. Euro is still very weak. So for me, what I'll be looking at is for price to probably hit the resistance of this trend line. There will be a retracement where price will hit here, and I'll be waiting for a sell setup at this area back to 156,255. So Monday I'll just be waiting for price to retrace back, a deep retracement back to 163. That's where I'll be willing to take my sell position going into the next week for price to come back here, and I'm willing to take my sell position at that particular area. So that's what I'm actually looking at for on Euro JPY. So the next pair I want to take is Euro NZD. Like I said, NZD might gather some strength next week, like AUD and SND. So I think the network is somehow slow, so let's wait for it to load. So on Euro SND, what I'm actually waiting for is price to, it's just small thing I'm waiting for right there. Then I'll use, let's say, 15-minute time frame to look for what I'm looking for price to just come back and retest this level. You get, so for just price to come back, so which means that here might have been a breakout, and then we might see price coming back to actually retest this particular area of support level in the 15-minute time frame. This is what I want to trade on Monday, so I'm actually trade it on Monday if I don't see price breaking above this level. So if price to stay below that particular level, I'll be waiting for price to drop back to 1.77431, and this is like this is more than 80 pips to the downside from this particular area. So let's see how price reacts to that particular area right there. SND, GBP SND, as you can see, there's nothing I'm looking at than a sell bias. So if you check the overall bias here, you know, price keep testing this support level right there, and this one might not be an exception. So probably waiting for price to still come back and retest this support level of the trend line, and after the price fall back in to this area last week. So that's what I'm actually looking at on the GBP SND. So a sell bias to the downside is what I'm actually looking at. So if we zoom it, you see what I'm actually looking at right there. So let's just zoom it further, which means our price close below this in the 4-hour time frame. So at here, I'm looking for price to come back to this particular area of 2,130. The chance of price breaking back to this upside is very, very low, but I'll be joining the buyers if price break 2.15689. That's where I'll be buying from above this resistance level. But as price to stay at this resistance level, then I'll still look for price to hit that particular support level right there. On US dollar, Canadian dollar, I'm looking for a selling opportunity. You know, we have a two fail price right there. So price failed here twice to break this area, which means that after we have a break of this trend line, so we might see price still coming back to this particular area before any further move to the downside, to the upside. So which means that I'm willing to actually sell the US dollar card, Canadian dollar next week, probably maybe on Monday. See how the daily candle close around this area. It's close as a reversal pattern, which means the price might actually reverse back to this particular area or back to this area before we see a bullish movement, before we see price continue its parabolic move. That is, I'm talking about the US dollar. So in the US dollar Japanese yen, here too, I entered this one on Friday and price closed below the price at my entry level, which means that next week I might see price coming back to break this area. First break this, then my see price breaking this particular area. And there's another thing I see here, which is the head and shoulder. This is the neckline. This is the first shoulder, this is the second shoulder, this is the neckline, which I'm waiting for price to break to the upside. So guys, this is the weekly forex forecast, and then all these are based on my own analysis. We might not agree or use the same strategy, but do well to look for all the levels I'm looking at and then probably enter based on your own strategy. So that is how to play the game, you understand. So do well to subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell in case I drop a new video so that you can be notified. So I'll be dropping some no deposit bonus accounts you get. So I'll be dropping the video about how you can get a no deposit bonus account. The one we did, someone sent me a withdrawal screenshot last week, so probably we should see some more you get. So let's see how it goes. So take care, don't forget to use your protective stop loss, and then don't forget to trade safely. Market is somehow ranging, can't say it's volatile, but what is volatile around here is the US dollar you get. So let's trade safely.